You, right now, listening to this video, might be winning a large chunk of silver for free. Two of you, actually, so your chances just doubled. All you have to do is click one button. Subscribe. Once we hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to jump out of an airplane and announce the two winners mid-flight with a GoPro attached to my helmet so you could watch it all unfold. I'm going skydiving in celebration of 100,000 subscribers so you can celebrate winning while I'm literally falling out of the sky, hopefully not to my death. Make sure you don't miss it because this will be a beautifully horrific sight to see. I could think that my PF70 Ultra Cameo Moon Festival Panda is worth $300, but is it really worth $300 if no one's willing to buy it? But
That's the point. The price guides may say that. And I built a world-class baseball card collection through my business for years. I used to put in the newsletter when we wrote a newsletter, if you own baseball cards, I'll buy them. And I would have baseball cards sent into my office. I'd have them boxes up to my ceiling. I became a power seller on eBay. I built a collection that I always dreamed of having, Babe Ruths and Cy Youngs and Ty Cobbs and Mickey Mantles, all of them. And they're right there and
that's
right
awesome.
there. And so, but I learned you can have a Don Drysdale Hall of Fame pitcher rookie card, and the price guides say it's worth $5,000. You won't find anyone who wants to pay more than $2,000 for it because they don't want it. And that's what I mean by, if it's a Babe Ruth or it's a Mickey Mantle, it will have demand no matter, always, anywhere, and higher than the price books. But when you get into things that are fringe and esoteric, regardless of what the price guides say, what's it really worth when the chips are down? And so another good point you're bringing up, and you want to buy things. And again, thinking of your liquidity on the backside. And I realized through baseball cards, there's a handful of baseball players: Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Sandy Koufax, Cy Young, Ty Cobb, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio. Those will bang, immediately liquid anywhere in the country. The rest of them, price guides will say this, but good luck finding anyone to buy it. Maybe you will on eBay, don't know. But that's what we're trying to get across here. Stick with the Babe Ruth, stick with the Coca-Cola, stick with the Budweiser, stick with things in gold and silver that everyone wants for the ice cream, the vanilla ice cream of your sundae. There ain't nothing wrong with having the Moon Festival Panda as the sprinkle or the cherry or the hot fudge on top, but it should damn well not be the vanilla ice cream. Right. And that's kind of what I'm getting at here. And there is no protocol or set criteria for success that people have to follow. But ask yourself, what is your motivation? Are you buying moonbeam pandas to protect you if the shit hits the fan and all hell breaks loose? Or are you buying it because maybe we'll pull out of this and owning gold and silver at higher prices, it will be profitable? Great, cool. But most people are buying metal from us because they're concerned about the state of the economy, the state of the dollar, the state of geopolitical events, political events. Everything is bothering them. And in that event, you're buying gold and silver because it is wealth, not to get wealthy. And in that respect, you want it to be plain Jane vanilla ice cream so that everyone will understand it and want it when you need to sell it and never be put into a compromised position.
Man, I love this conversation, man. I haven't had a combo like this with another person in so long. It's always me just talking to the camera. It's exactly right. Like my Moon Festival Panda, I'm probably going to be buried with that thing. It's sentimental value. That's not a coin I'm investing into. In the word investment, I guess I could use if it were one day were to be profitable, but it's not an investment. If you're looking at gold and silver for, or let's say silver is a better example for its intrinsic value as the most highly conductive metal, you're going to be investing into or putting your fake money into that because of its metal content, not because how pretty that coin is or how rare it is. That's the wrong idea. You can do that if you want. On, like I tell some people, you can buy what you like. At the end of the day, at least you like it. If the price goes down or whatever the condition, which is a whole other subject, condition. If you're going to buy more, semi-numismatic coins, condition matters because you could have a PF70 or an MS70 coin, but if it gets a milk spot, you better bust it out of that cap. The
now what you
slab.
Just said right there, MS70, PF70, and milk spot. I know all three of those terms. Milk spot is a little cloudy thing on the image, or a cloudy mark on the coin. PF stands for proof. 70 is the highest grade you can do. MS is mint state, highest grade of circulated versus proof, or commercial strike versus proof. But here again, 80% of people listening to this might not even know what that means. And that's the point. is that
Yeah.
for these companies to say this to a guy like you or me, we'd understand what we were
Yeah,
getting
just
into. But
laugh
the
in their face.
public thinks that they're buying the right thing to protect them and finds out that they've been fleeced after it's too late. And that's the truth. This is not
Yeah.
hyperbole. This is not being
Yeah.
overly dramatic. This is not bullshit. This is real and it's happening all over the place. And the more I see of it, the more upset it gets me. And these companies that are paying huge advertising budgets or paying company spokesmen huge amounts of money every month, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every month to promote them. It's not a very flattering uh, representation of these people's characters, and I wonder if they really even know what is going on.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you that you know if that isn't enough indication of the kind of companies that I'm talking about, I can't get any more clear than that. So do your due diligence, and especially as it pertains to IRAs. Um, in an IRA, you can own just about anything that is 24 karat or better. The American Eagle has an ounce of 24 karat gold in it, but it has a tenth of an ounce of alloy added to it to the decreases the purity of 22 karat, but it is still allowed in IRAs. It doesn't need to be a proof American Eagle, commercial strike, but eagles, buffaloes, maple leafs, kangaroos, philharmonics, silver Krugerrands, not gold, because gold are not 24 karat. And they're not exempt like the American Eagles are. Gold bars, silver bars, as long as they're NYMEX or COMEX approved, all of that works. So you can put pandas in an IRA. But again, if you're going to buy pandas, buy commercial strike, non-MS70, proof 70, none of that nonsense.
Yeah.
If you want pandas, fine, put them in your IRA,
Right.
buy commercial strike. They should be right around the same price as gold eagles. So all of these things are acceptable, and anyone who tells you otherwise is not being straight with you. And these
Right.
are the things that, if you have questions, reach out to us and send an email to Slayer at Miles Franklin and ask. He knows
Yeah.
what he's talking about and understands um, the do's and the don'ts, and
Yeah.
will tell you. And that's why I'm so proud to be associated with you, is because you will do the right thing,
Yeah.
and
I
and that's
have
the most
to.
important thing in the end.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. There's a saying that I tell a lot of beginners: pay for the coin, not the slab. Pay for the coin, not the slab. Don't that
Well,
a
and
lot
that's
of
and
it,
what I would say similar to that when you're buying a commodity, buy the man or the company, not the commodity. And so again, if you were going to I won't even go down that road. I'll just simply say
it,
you buy the reputation, you buy the person. When you're talking about a commodity that is homogenous, meaning it's the same from one dealer to the next,
Mhm.
what is the rationale? Yeah, in the end, we're all going to be in the same ballpark in pricing, really close, one way or the other. And there's always wiggle room if need be, but what you're really buying is the person, is someone who will be there when you need them, in good times, in stressful times. And if there's a problem, we'll make it right promptly. And that's something that I can always promise as the owner of Miles Franklin. That is a mission number one, and we make mistakes, we also make it right, but we
Oh
never
yeah.
overcharge and we never sell people things that we don't own ourselves, ever, never.
Yeah, I've made a lot of friends that I talk to still every day. I got a guy, told him I'll be done it, whatever, we just call him. We just talk, just talk. But this one lady, she's so sweet. She talked about this terrible story that happened to her. Um something about, her package got lost or something and she got ripped off. Like they didn't refund her, they didn't care. And it just like it hurt because you could tell she's so sweet. And it's just like I'm saying this more for their sake, not mine. Like when I say like subscribe to my channel, it's not for my sake, it's for your own, because I bust my ass to give content that helps people. But I really want people to be safe. And I'm so glad you brought this up, because that is something that's not talked about much, is how much people do get ripped off or scammed or taken advantage of. And it is people that are uneducated or not even just that are vulnerable or might not have the
You'll
same.
notice that none of these companies who are being unfair to the public don't have a presence online like I do, or Money Metal, Stefan, great guy, doing a lot for this industry. He's very well known out there. He's a fair guy. You look at all of these companies that have company spokesmen, it's not the owner of the company who's going up there, who could very quickly be destroyed online reputation, or you who your entire existence is on giving right information, and very quickly your comment section would blow you up if you were anything other than honest. So we don't need to beat this horse into the ground, but I think it's important for people to understand that this is a federally non-regulated industry. And so you have companies out there that don't look for your best intention, and they may come across as very professional, and very glamorous with their representation, but to me, it's criminal what's happening, and I wish there was a way for me to put a stop to it. I can't. I can just tell people to be more aware and um, once it becomes public information, I'm happy to mention it. But just go to the Washington Post, and I'll tell you what people can Google to see an example of this in the Washington Post. So you can see some of the companies in this article, which is public information, that are screwing people. And you can Google the Washington Post. It's called How Right-Wing News Powers the Gold IRA Industry in the Washington Post. Google it. See for yourself. And these are some of the companies that are doing what I'm talking about. So in any case, yeah, that's all I got on that subject.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to chat about today?